Okay, this latest Detroit Lions rumor is just awesome. So there's a lot of really good players in this year's draft. The Lions, of course, are picking at number 29, which is interesting because the blue chip players, Marvin Harrison, all the quarterbacks, like right there, the good offensive linemen. There's some really good ones going in the top 10, top 20 even, but the Lions sitting at 29. You wonder if they could maybe get a piece. And this latest piece has the Lions going after Brock Bowers, the tight end. This dude, if you know anything about him, he's just an absolute stud from the day he got to Georgia. He was a freshman, like sensation, and now he's finally eligible for the draft. Like that's how good he was. It's like, man, if he was after his freshman year, he could have come out and been a stud sophomore year, the whole thing. So the beautiful thing about him is we've seen what a really good tight end does for your team, for your offense. And so can you imagine just for a second, we'll get into this, if you had Sam Laporta and Brock Bowers. We love using two tight ends in our offense. We love the opportunity. And you saw Dan Skipper was that other tight end. So imagine bringing in not only a good blocking tight end, but now he's truly like a receiver. Like this is a guy that you could really use as an X down in the red zone. You could use him in blocking situations, normal tight end stuff. You don't know if the Lions are going to be running or throwing the ball. And it looked like Brock Bowers was going to go like top 5, top 10 for sure. But in these latest mock drafts, he is available. Like it's crazy. So let's take a look at it. This article was talking about how would there be an opportunity to trade up to get him? And so Brock Bowers, and this is all the reasons, right? You can utilize 12 personnel groupings without the opponent being able to scheme against the run. There's never an obvious pass or run down because he is a pass catcher that can run or can block, excuse me. So he's a strong route runner with elite catching abilities. His athleticism is also among the best in the draft class. You pair him with Sam Laporta, all this stuff that we know. I mean, just like be crazy. But he's been ranked as the top 10 prospect in the class. We get how unstoppable it'd be. That's what they're talking about here. He's got the rare blend of acceleration, speed, body control, and hands. Sam Laporta to a T. And nobody saw it with Sam Laporta except Brad Holmes. Thank you, Brad Holmes, for that. So here's the deal. He has been, Bleacher Report has ranked him as the number 2 prospect in the entire 2024 draft class behind Marvin Harrison, right? Just power ranking. We know quarterbacks are always going to positional value really good. So it says, what would the cost for the Lions to trade up to Brock Bowers? So Bowers is going as high as 5 in some mock drafts. And I'll get to some mock drafts to show you, man, he's falling. Just because there's quarterbacks, there's other good players. But can the Lions get from 29 overall to what? What would they need to get to in order to go get him? So if he drops out of the top 10, again, I'm going to show you where he easily can. You can see how the 2 years ago, the Lions went from 32 to 12 to land Jameson Williams, which, by the way, was an incredible trade. The more you look at it, that's A, the Lions don't have the draft capital to move up that much anymore or this year, but B, that was an incredible trade nonetheless. So, like, it's just, it it made me remember that trade with the Vikings to get Jameson Williams. I love it. So you would need to really go up. So now here is the CBS just did a mock draft, and you go up here on this mock draft, and it all makes sense. Caleb Williams, Jaden Daniels, Drake May, JJ McCarthy then gets traded up to go 4 with Arizona Cardinals. So that leaves number 5 that they take Marvin Harrison, Malik Neighbors, Joe Alt, right? These are all just like, yep, premium. Jared Verse, edge, premium guy. Dallas Turner, edge. Odunze. Okay, so now we're on pick 10, and we haven't seen Brock Bowers. Quinnen Mitchell just keeps rising up the draft boards. Now he's a corner. There's a corner going, another corner, another tackle, really good tackle, corner. Okay, so we're at pick 15. I don't agree with this. I think Brock Bowers would go right here at most. But my point is, instead of him going at number 5, now he's down pick 15, 16, 17. Oh my gosh, right? Like now you can make a trade up for him and make the offense just insane. So look, as we keep going, my initial thought when I saw this was like they forgot him. I guess that could happen in a mock draft. You just forget. But here's the thing. Penix Jr., pick 24. I mean, it's crazy. Chop Robinson, pick 26. Okay, so they have the Lions taking Kool-Aid McKinstry. Um, uh, McKinstry, I'm good with. I mean, if the Lions feel like we need a corner or we need him and they want to fill the corner spot, I mean, I'm fine with it. But oh my gosh, look at this. Here he is at the end of the first round. Brock Bowers. Again, I don't believe that there's any way he falls this far because we've seen the true value in a really good tight end. But you get the point. Is man, he falls. We're at pick 20, and he has not been picked yet. I love the idea of making something your best part of your team really good. And so we know the offense is the strength of the team. We know that the defense is going to be much improved with a new corners and a great defensive tackle signing and Aiden Hutchinson in year 3. Like there's just going to be the defense is going to be okay, and hopefully they're better than okay, but they're not going to be bad. They were good against the run. Anyway, we can talk about the defense all day long about how they're going to be better. But then all of a sudden, what if you made the offense really good where you need an X receiver. The Lions keep talking about that. Josh Reynolds never really was. He wasn't big enough to really be the throw it up guy. Wasn't quick enough to separate. So he's not really a slot. He's not really an outside guy. Jameson Williams, obviously big role for him coming up this year, but same thing, right? He's not really a throw it up guy in the red zone, which would just be nice. I keep talking about that just because it would just be nice to have a throw it up guy. Brock Bowers could be that. Plus, I mean, plus he's a blocking tight end. He's in motion. Ben Johnson with 2 stud tight ends. It'd be like anything we've ever seen. I mean, we all know about the New England Patriots and what they had with Aaron Hernandez and Gronk. But this feels even better. Because it is. I mean, this would be because Sam Laporta we know is outstanding. So again, let me know your thoughts in the comments on this one. I really love the idea of Brock Bowers, and it's something that will be very interesting to see who falls and who the Lions are really targeting out of the blue chips. I think that's part of the draft strategy always is like, hey, if this weird thing happens and Brock Bowers, Odunze, one of these stud guys ends up falling into 15, 16, do we go up and get them? So I can't wait to see, obviously, how the draft plays out just because we have Brad Holmes, who's a great drafter. So let me know your thoughts in the comments. If you have not subscribed yet, please do. And we will see all of you on the next one.